Okay, lawin video for you twa. And atamoni ngwaramo chaho lokwa. Now, lawin video mira chaki lok mana tamoni pa biru gi kare me kate kere pi kare malacho chake nino mau chake kere. Okay. Chake nino mau chake kere pa biru gi kare me kate ke lokenini. Yes, because habiru kamiyo updates mukene ma part. Yeah, lawin video. Polkare biru kare make a take lock totally luwe mano chatan actually vologi and then wahogitika team J mukene mapopore and then at the same time cha mukene kikwanyugi no pigingeyo and kikwanyo dano iyo mapol madano pingiyo. So lawin video kawupo mabe abiru kawoning dano totally luwe and totally jo magoyo welega waini be very careful totally ka otimu collabos. Okay, be very careful ka otimu collabos. Collabos manyuruni ebi biri kare mewero we no itika featuring arumone. Yes, aninoni apol kare luwi madung guyuek luwi madung gingene luwi machamu kene actually get famous in music industry. Now, loving video one wing po wangeyo kitano go la worry on your money magiberu successful kere a department money mano NTN. So genati loving video any ramo be successful he gemone mainiti temone but no one pangeo kitano initi temone kere pangeo kita ini yele kere pangeo ngoma ini karo kie baraneno no it is successful chi chamo kene daro maneni ikoma ngoma initi temone it is successful jomo kene nyero marogia jomo kene miri me biru chalu kitano initi kereni bene marogia so no ngarumoni bene miro biru kitano initi kere ani process ni la njuri poleti botuluwe enoni watiki luwe madonguri watiki jomo kene actually food gu bena jomo kene bene gitika planning. Now inoni sometimes luwe machon gitimu collabos ki jomo kene. Okay, chamu kene bene gitimu ki jomo kene bene manoguri but then polkarawe dani before ma food pay chero kayubu we winning arumane kenen kong style pangatanuni kenen actually wakawani ke kwed kong mabe kitano entimo jamine kere awinjuri upire tek tutorial pian. You cannot just come from nowhere to make a collabo when you don't know how I'm doing my things, because you're geeking it can create an impact. Now kai yubu collabo kengano money either loga yubu collabo ono biwero in bene ingene kinpin onyo chamu kana bene nyi bale yo ma bad ati waje lokene ni pingone la video didn't want to know before I've ever talked about it. How are you looking in each on? Law enjoy your charm kene. A bit only particular way ma pegiti kenge. No charm kene, they have that power that actually is behind them. Kita in la way lega mewa ni luba ayeti kango tika konyo in luba ayeti katielu kori and kakipenyi how you doing ibiwa ni by God's grace, by God's grace, by God's grace. So you know ni jomo kene bene, they have their own way. Lao injwedu ini winyo polkara wajo ni watiki yo mapol machatan tika kwanyo kiri dano. Yo mapol ma hatero mapol machatan tika kwanyo kiri jone. Of which kobirini agenti istia maduanga ta. I departments mapat. Watiki agenti iwe, watiki agenti i factory, watiki agenti i gamente, watiki agenti Lao injwedu kama ikenya. Kama iken. So now, lao injwedu kainano we polkare. Dano makwanyo onyo kitanolu we donyo kere kawara jok poleno yomeyenyo yuera kidong bene menongo chane kidong meberu chalo jomo kene. Aninoni yo anoni ma Illuminati obirigi kar me kwanyo dano mapol. And actually percent ma diet lao in video giti Illuminati. Percent ma diet lao in video olutunu giti ki yo moma giti ka wara kere jok. Because jatan okero agenti hiyo mapat. Te dano mo kere mo bodonye Illuminati. Because no ngarumono logo kere. Ngarumono recruiting eno. Kidong te jomo kene magidonyo no pegingeyo. Te dano mo kene luwe mo kene ma actually gidonyo waro jok no pegingeyo gimoiken. No kilogo kere onyo ngarumo o convincing eno hiyo mapat. Kidong bene chamo kene enoni jomo kene gichero bot ajwaki making gang and gino powers. Now ajwaki making gang bene la video ti jomo kene madonko bidini guchi arodongiti madongiti ki excess power makiminigi yo momani jomo kene bene dong gicheri tepi gino ma powers mukene mapat ma maids mukene no ama luganda kiwaini ama jini jami mapolia and then giti yukere mekonyo dano yo mapat ento no giti ruenyo dano. Yes, la winjwedio point atiko mani iwele gabene the thing is happening. Dano mukene goyo welega, but no gi goyo mere welega because no chatan ogolo order nigo tim kumano, but no gitiu kere welega enoni mekwanyo dano no pe wangeyo, and so on and so forth. So in most cases ka yubu kolabo onyo itika feature ingarumo ni ki wema enibi yubu nyo wema eno yubu ke kwet kong mabe enge style pangateno ni dite uzoro weng we kolo to ibedgi kare me yubu kolabo no inge ni pobu kelo yiri pero moiken pian ma chiel chamu kireno nying pangateno ni do baleo kado yubu kolabo kiri ya gikene kibi whiningo in bene timmi bene no timaro machalo pangateno ni ani ya gikene jamine pobi bedo mabayro twa lawin video luwemo kene gitimu kumano yo momi recruiting dano makache anywhere we kere an anti-agenti by the fact that you were awake and is already a sign that you've been recruited. And actually after that recruitment in most cases to confirm ni don ki recruiting ino wanga ki yubu we no nyo wanga wonu yubu we kachel, and that is embarrassing. That's bad. La unjuri ukeichero maineno luwe melobo kaineno luwe melobo jomo kene ki recruiting in ni okay koma records anyway ni okay pabi tuju kany ko ben pien ka tuju record mo iken ko record lobo mo iken ki Uganda kany to trale gi kumalo kanya bino pero uye pabi pa tuju record lebo mo iken ki kany pien atiki I am actually insinuating that one of the record labels is also actually involved in this kind of thing. But I'm not going to mention any details about that because that is not what has brought to me right now. But yeah, ati ki record label mawaro. Yes, a chalo record label pa Econ. Yes, a record label pa Econ. Unwengonge Icon tiki record level makiloni convict. Now by the time la win radio Econ wero we ki in esangeni dong you're convicted, and that is the reason why the record label is called Convict. Okay, yeah, one kind of benegi kumali winyoni kono records kono ngo records but anini because they are not registered. I think if you get a record label which is registered, should be maybe one or two, but most record labels kaini nyingi kikian but peguchone. But these ones I'm talking about are big record labels, and yagikenela injiri kadong natenono wero wekeri. That is a sign nidong you are part of them. It is a sign that you are part of them. So, Lawin Radio, Kikanicha Bennett is the same story. Ma kobirini pabi guru lake, but maloka kanicha kano ninuneka. Okay, kad yili matek me wajujima poli ninumatini. Chiloga kanicha kitano adano donyo kiri warajok mapigingeo. Maramo katikiri diri. Mini details, mini examples, chivi nano, kiwai, and then as in when you eat it, then you start now looking around. Ngama kitimu kuman gwaki kumalamelo Uganda chinge atini ngatenini petie ngarumoma actually God given. Okay. Yes, I'll give you those guidelines. Polkaramini guidelines. Ina yede nano kiwenchi. He was beginning to discern. Chako don kweroni la chingcha kiloko menini. Adenchalo kaini peti mabe. Wako cha mukene lukweri mukene gi deg hope through the night because wero pol dano go out kikanicha mopapat. Dano rio kikanicha gitichero ikanicha mukene. Polu kweri mukene gidega kilok mana katikiri kanya because ati yabo wangdano antika renyo dano ki kanicha. Yes, because no long kiti nano signs mugu mana tiro kany mukene tie kanen kamaling. Now, what do gay lokomwe? I'm not after churches right now. I'm after Luwe. Yes, Lawin Radio. So, in a case, if it is not a musician, kapeti la we ayokwanyu la we metarone woro jok. Jamu kene bedu record labels. Now, ka we po mabe. Uye bene patu nyinko bedini, but uye mi example. Ka upo mabe watiki record label mau kany madano ket ki ye kwiji. Unotamo ni pingo. Otamo ni pingo. Kidong bene, otamo ni pingo luwe mukene gureo and then afterwards guchero gulareo. Because kama no giti yeni kita gudonye bene no loke peti mabe. Wako jomu kene ununge mabe luwe chon gubedo ka weru welo and then immediately go rushing. Maka gubedo ka testifying ke winyo testimonies or weng la video. Ebe no ni kama no giti yeni no right. Then you ask yourself, eno chero kono ni ning. This is what I'm telling you now. Eno chero kono ni ning. This is exactly what I'm telling you now. One of it is issues to do with the record labels. Boss money war a joke and yabo record label and then chago waini unba ati yenyuluwe mati talented. I want to sponsor them. Indong pien ipeki chane iti yele ngwej wakinong sponsorship. Enoni yome shit. Yome rio they use like they spot out and then they talk to you directly. And sometimes benegitiyu kiluwe and then they grab others like that. And then on the issues of musicians, it is the same thing. Ay marong arumoni kunungo wene ngogi awa you kachil and then after that. But do your investigation before you rush. Otherwise you will be misled. You will be misled. Taka dong power palara chatano donyi komitap chako dong kilo second on you tamu keneni tamme ario kanono inti focus ti komloba tamu kene chako bino malupe ki ngat mone ma initi kwerini nyuma ini yubu wekirini jami chero loke kira ki yubu kere video no gimo tima pat as in pictures wenkati no ma pat chamu kene no itil monero chamu kene no iti half naked in one way or the other and that is already your name gone bad. So I hope I've explained. Now lawin video ko birini ginmuwe kawaini ari mapa katikiloke noni because abiru kamini updates mugumati timewi logo lawin video ka unupo mabe ngomo time ko marakili. This is examples of what I'm telling you now. This is examples of what I'm telling you now. Ka upo mabe story pa arakili. Arakili ko birini lawin video ti Butch and actually Kiwaini at first Kiwaini is going to be there for life. Okay? Life imprisonment. But then la chendong Kiwaini obiberu Butch at least for 30 years. For 30 years. Jamu kenera mo pinya ni pingo. Dano wengdong ngeo pingo arakili ti Butch. Obviously it is Jami mati connected kiburu as in sex issues to do with rape and so on and so forth. Now this is the same thing mati wachi nitini kibi recruiting under the record label and to boss mamegini and I don't jamu keni balio tiu kirio kai degi chi remi ukili record label wagawa ni ka upo mabengo moti meki botwa kany danu ket ki record label money chani danu ket ani ngeo group mo iken mamonti ye chamu kere ka jemu chero cho nyene matwal and actually kill record label enoni la video one record label enoni bene ka uyapo one ota amatoto time style kenyo but anyway work pardon kenyo barati mini examples kama no jamo kene jamini piti mabe. And I only fear for those ones, the new recruits that have been taken in. Okay? So, Ara Kelly lawin video oberu ngata diet unungeyo mabe. But ngoma entimo lawin video in behind the curtain no peti mabe. Okay? Ngoma entimo behind the curtain no peti mabe. Kona biti tipping on Now, lawin video the recent one lawin video madu time enini mawaini ari loke obedu ka trending and pabiru yikarme katikiri bot in enayepa lawi makiluni Sean Diddy kare chani nulunge ni Puff Daddy madong no kishote ningoni P Diddy Yes, lawin video ama Puff Daddy onyo Sean Diddy madon ko bidi ni enti kati chikinying ni Sean Diddy. Yes, lawin video jamine po bidu mayo to twalire. And actually Sean Diddy actually butch, and we are only waiting for his hearing and so on and so forth. Ma jami maeno bidu katemone po bidu jami mabejo jotwa. Ma Sean Diddy obidu la we bene mu yuek ki America, and obidu yikara bene me recruiting dano mapol and loktie madungi kome. Ka akwano igazele mo kaini. Ka akwano igazele mo kaini. Yes, apien miripa lok maduong maana ye atika katikede. Yeah, information money tieni. What is Sean Combs charged with, and when is his trial? Yeah, kwan kile mono kitatikere. Ni P. Diddy is charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He now faces dozens of new allegations in a series of lawsuits set to be filed, which also include other perpetrators. The names will shock you. Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy and Puff Daddy, wants to go to trial on sex trafficking charges early next year, his lawyers have said. The rapper has been repeatedly refused bail after pleading not guilty to 3 felony counts. Combs, a 3-time Grammy winner and one of the most influential hip-hop producers of the past 3 decades, has been facing a wave of lawsuits by women who have accused him of sexual assault. Combs is at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he has been since he was arrested on 16th September at a hotel in New York. Combs denies all charges and faces a criminal trial, having been denied bail at $50 million. That is around 37.8 million pounds. Since he was detained, more allegations have emerged, including some of the rape, and news of a fresh lawsuit has emerged. The rapper will next appear in court. Yes, that is in the afternoon, which is sometime to come. In court this afternoon, which you can read more and more and more. Now, the charges. Yes, charges makitika ngoloneko ma P. Diddy. They relate to sex trafficking. Yes, angioni gunyaka wa ni sex trafficking loko mvuru ya hazina loko mvuru, and ikwanya nyira kikany itero kamoni about bosses dano chuli. No dano ki kamoni ichwali loji kamo ichwalo bot bosses ino kichuli. Like that. That's the simplest way I can explain. Kidong bene drug possession. Yes, jamichalo jaigi, weed, and firearms offenses. Notiki muduro bane. Specifically, there are 3 charges outlined by the Southern District of New York in a legal indictment: racketeering and racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution. We are Gika Kenya, but details Tima Duangata. So, now in video, even only Sean Diddy, Madong no Kiloni P. Diddy on your Puff Daddy now in video. Beneti producer. And actually, Birugi Karame recruiting Lutino on your Danoma Pol iwe. It come Danoma Pol ma eno recruiting kiwela in video. Yes. Iningeo kita America tikede la in video. Lokoma vuru la cho kila cho la wori. Daro kidaro la wori. O biruka time. Sean Diddy o biruka recruiting awobe. But cow recruiting eno promising eno details mapolata, promising eno yuera kichiane kidong deals me chene ma don la winjudio. Now inge Kenyo kado katiki loke no weng. Yes, obviously, obi chakodong making moves come in. We call it to obi gikar me vuru kiri. But obviously, penny obi vuru kil daromo onyo anyaomo, but no kawobe. Now, in video, it will shock you ni kabi wachini ikina wobe ma Sean Diddy obiru kavuru kedgi obiru wobi makiluni ama Justin Bieber. Maka ichero ko birini ichako tracing information ibinoni Justin Bieber no do bale waro, and actually okati bene kamaleng ni no makimaro kere P Diddy ano waini obiru kawajulu nyoro ne obaini kawupu mabe karma ana dugu gang no akora nongo no chui chwintie no peti mabe pien ngoma P Diddy tika timune ikome no pegi mo mabe kiramu wajuni kamaleng. And that is what has happened. Now in video obiru P Diddy obiru producer or recruiting down on my boy. Now this is the same thing in video ma ara Kelly obiru katimone. Now in video ibi chako tamoni actually ni Johnny gitimu jami egini weng imirigi meno yuera onyo metimu ginango, but enini weng tilok pa chatan. Pien chatan ayamiro ni ibal kitano luba ochweyo keredano jami mogoma luba actually twitch pal luba kitano tikerela in video and mironi iloko wabed katimu jami oluntore luba okero daro kitien lock luba okero la jo kitien lock aninoni chatan tika logo Gemini Guinea Weng in the opposite. So now, who does this? It is the agents. Wek P Diddy obedgikare meno lonyo yuera la in video ebeno ni no connection ki agenti pachatan agenti anoni miyo chene kit moeken. So andong miro lub ngoma agenti chane tika wajane miro team. Now, in video ibenoni watiki luweme America chocho karia dera ngwena mat apawe kawaji ne gen wengi tie magulony antie aikengi achela rio madongu katibene ki Bible mukene it is a satanic Bible achel ama kiluni I think Beyonce the Bible something like that we will manok but Beyonce she has even come out with the Bible and she has also written a lot of things in there. Meno Bible malubu jami pachatan la video. Now ibinoni watiki la wema kiloni JZ mabe kibiro ni JZ bene ovuruki P Diddy. And actually chero internet la video we know videos bukene manotika trending mabene kinyuru but pe kinyuru weng kinyuru ento pe kinyuru ajami weng we are po monitie maneno ma P Diddy utemo lunyu shoto nyuru mene kama nok ento I only saw the hair but actually was undressing for JZ. So details again weng tie la video ma enoni connections mawero chatan actually tiu kidano yo moma chamu kene pe biro and inoni kala weti ka we inoni anbene mina bed kumeno no imero beru chalo ngaro mane but no in pingu kama ngate no ni karo kia la video Lokenini Weng transcends Chiero directly up to the deep state. Chiero directly up to Jomoni Matiga Mente. That is why Nanena Wachini, there are agents everywhere. Now we know these same agents la winjvideo ayobiru katich beneki arakili. So Jami Mukene no arakili ayomiro team. Jami Mukene P Diddy ayomiro team. Jami Mukene JZ anga gini. So ka ini timu ino powers eguni Kelly chene Kelly yuara Kelly jimo pole. But then la winjudi ngeni chatan kati timu jamine agikine tie pien eno binu kabalo kaneko kidong kikwalo kado kwalo jami wen kiburi ama o balo anyemio, the next thing is to kill you. And that is the same thing which has happened to R. Kelly. That is the same thing which has happened to P. Diddy. Kaya mironi imete kibero in good books mapeki ngeolok mamigi. Manyuni ni miritim ngo makimiro. Kaki wachini wa miro tie. Chinek daro munyo. Kitim kono ngo. Kitim kono ngo chivut kimamani. Nyi obigak no timo be. Kari timu bal makingeo. Loke wenchero lingo. Because you're doing exactly ngo makimiro. But nino made noni olo ki ngoma titimeni onyo ngoma ini titimoneni kai neno dong ni jamini piyot ya gikine Johnny gilore kome they change on you. So now this is the same thing la video or where a chako lokenini iyomabo we kolo to I bring that picture to you kobeni la video ibi noni kai winyo story ma anakuwa ni kanyo nyo news ma anakuwa ni kanyo kobeni la video P. Diddy T.Y.N. he's very innocent but evidences TNE Jemi Mobero katemeni weng anotimo but pingo T.Y.N. is very innocent la video tika wajone PN there are people behind him, there are government officials behind him, and actually Bero Chalo tika mo manyeri of failing ma poti mukita no miri kitim kere onyo wero kineo information mukere ma no miri pekinye so Johnny dongu logo kom gio ikom en so guchiero dongiti ka punishing eno and actually Bero Chalo agenti Bero Chalo Illuminati onyo agenti mukeneni tekani no ma anyway ni imiro lare ye Yesu Kristo chalo lalani that is the same day they will begin hunting for you to kill you. Owerenoni jomo Kennedy gito mysteriously. That is why when you need Chaloke joining Illuminati, Pien the day you're going to make a decision is the day you're going to be hunted down and killed. Even if it is 10 years, even if it is 5 years, even if it is 16 years, as long as you are still there and your enemy is still alive, they will work on you. La winjuri ni tamani pingo Michael Jackson ko bedini peke. Michael Jackson poto pirekane ni kono tuo mo ni kono ngo. Kare ma Michael Jackson teacher okatola winjuri owaje Jimmy Mapol. The company that signed him was Sony, and this is an agent tika recruiting Dano Mapol. The same Sony la winjuri kano pengeo enable recruiting la weme Uganda kany. Mala we anoni la winjiri ko bidin dong pay yuak pingone because she decided to leave. Ka upuma be komwe mo mano trending I DSTV. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Ka unupuma be komwe anoni. She was signed. But then kaki signing in la winjiri TJ mukiremiri team. And K team, it means that you're going to be forced to take drugs to forget. And actually, that is the same thing what happened. Mo wero actually Kiti Bironila Megunidong is a lesbian. Lesbian meaning Ivuru Kidarola Wori Chalola Cho. And for her, she's the man. Makobiri Beneke Nero Kitaruka Kerela Winjudio. Inoni, she dresses like a man. Now, what happened? What happened to her contract with Sony? Kadong iloro tamio. That is what happens. They destroy you totally. La meguni dong pe yuakia. Titemu dong do enter Gemini pe kabino. La winjuri iyachuli kan bene watiki dano maguti yukila meguni. Genwen guchero wa South Africa. Pabi tujunye ba T-word kid gum. Kobiri ni tiko organization money. And actually abiru gi karme interacting kere kare anoni no watiki gum. And actually abiru gi kare bene me wachaka malengo waini and ononi dong pelare conditions mugu pien obiru obiru competition pien ki kwanyo inicom competitions money ti competitions mugu makikero yaka dong ki kwanyo jomoni matiki talent ento wekini kari no conditions money tie. Now, kay neno lamiguni kidong word kit gum enini kidano mo no giti dana bor. No giti dana bor. But ikom dana bor eone ni choke kwanyo dana deke ken. It is tight. The competition is very tight, and that is what the devil uses. Joni gu aki kangu karo mabe. There is this label, I'm forgetting the name, pa wad ki kan. Koni no agenti gitie. Now, gin dano karo ki kanya, and they succeeded. Guchero, what kid gum notie, en la miguni benetie, kidano mukene gu aki kunyamele wa Uganda sorotigi, and they went up to South Africa to compete. Baru ukamola win video. Kinyo ni tiki talent. Kinyo ni jami weng titi memobae. Then immediately, and jo money we gichane dongi binu gikwanyi giteri kamone. Kadong ikaro stage mi achel Mario me dek dong. Kinyo ni bilayo. Onyo, kinyo ni ngo. At least maybe chamu kene wekini lao meditim gimane. Then afterwards they will tell you in another way. We have this and this. They convince you gilogo kirima be giwachi jemi mapol. Then they say, kay miro karo, kay miro yuera, kay miro ni kingay miri bed command. And this is how Sony managed to sign one person ki Uganda kind. This is how Sony managed to sign. But what kit gum enini actually en ake muchwini. Ake muchwini. What kit gum enini ongeo komeo. Owaini kache jami time kuman tuara doko gang. Ini donga tu wachichalo cha deni kom jami egini la unjuri matiti ni chani. Eno waini tuara doko gang. Ngomti gang. Atuero fu. Nyeru binu chako timu jami ne kenyu. Kobere ni nyeri tie madngene de ikit gomkono. Uye patu nye. And actually is now doing well. But kaineno karimu dugu, you can easily think ni is a failure. And lamiguchani odonge South Africa dugu kanki yuera DSTV beno kwanyu. This is how we do it king ngongogi. But then afterwards, kitini winya wajo kere. Chatano binu kwalo neko kibalo. Kobiri nila winjridu lamiguni pema pe. Aya. Michael Jackson moniang kama eras tiye uchakukatia ti yero jomeso ni ngongo gine potero kare au injurio Michael Jackson pare. Now wadaktama no gwo Michael Jackson la injurio nyoma treating Michael Jackson kono ena ikiti ukiri kono pengene la injurio loke cherulingo and kar enoni no Michael Jackson no deals maduong makara pa weng madong kiken anyeri kuone ochiero mere kumeno. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. These big companies, these record labels, some of them are agents. So anyway, amiro timu kolabo kinga romana amiro timu kolabo kinga mane miri bed my gwake. And then at the same time you have to ensure that you do a lot of your research before you do a collabo. Jomukene ko beneni ki planting gino iwelega. Magitie benegi wero welega. But la pinyo nyo behind the curtains no gititi mujemo part. No, they are doing different things here and there. So that is what I wanted to update you. And I just want you to know, Niko Berini, Jomano tinge P. Diddy Guloro Komgio and P. Diddy ko Berini Kimaro, and actual allegations Tima Duong, sex trafficking and so on and so forth. La winjuri ko wipo mabeni no maloro iloko ma sex trafficking in America amini details weng kore. Jo mukene kitiyu kilwe chalo PDDN. Owekati wachini kat jo moni ma ini tiyu ki en gung'eyo onyo loko ochero chi secrets o leaking. They change against you. Now kobedo ni giti ka tuweyo, giti weko ki tuwe P. Diddy, wek nyingi pong'ene. Wek nyingi pong'ene. Otherwise, ka P. Diddy uchako kareki secrets, chi jo oni wenki bing'eyo gyo. So they have to work on him to an extent that it doesn't need to mention anything out. So you'll find that even the deep state know it is inclusive. Know it is there behind the curtain. Issues to do with the sex trafficking. Kwalo lutino matino. So, kaini tila we maiti winya legana tieni ke yele kitano itwero kama twero kero ni oye kama gike ye fuluba yele kiri kumeno nino male chen luba benubi ili chikeri kamukene but kaiti yenyo neki kwa katino imiru yuega imiru niki ngei imiru ni konongo wek lubayo bidgi karme ili malo kaibi ile keni chamu keni jamine pobi nyako nyige man ko bidini nen kita chatan o loke kom jone eni winyo nino moni JZ kimao lokati kome maduonga da but those guys have their way of doing sacrifice and sacrifice enoni mukene time recruiting dano la winjvideo ka uipo mabed nino makati kiriki ama testimony pa Erika chuapa Erika la winjvideo tie ngaru momo biru ki dano chalo P. Diddy gino ti America P. Diddy JZ do biru ki jono wenki kono ongeo ngoma titime enti la Kenya mado neno ni jami kono peti mabe chongwejo goduge Kenya and then immediately got saved ko bediniti down molare and ena edo nyomo Erika and Erika benetiki stories mamege so inoni they are doing God's work but there are reasons as to why la winjudu luwemu kane kimako kolabo kiri but in actual sense ya gekene you're going to be like a sacrifice kapeki sacrificing in metimu teach pachatan ibita la winjudu atiki gani iwinyo luwe mogo maguto by surprise inoni ngaroma ni no futika ile benenye goyo we achela rie ken mu yuek and then machero ka goyo me dek winyo ni on no accident iwenyo ni kono ngotime just like that. So sometimes they identify you, they bring you close. When they bring you close, they launch the attack and you find yourself going just like that. Ageno ni alogolo mapoli koma luwe kidong examples amio atiki geni kaini tila we maiti winya yeah but very careful pay ile keni waglubayo ili kadinoni chamo kenini attention pere komi ngeni we ni timobai because in pengiu ngarumo ni maweni tika trending cha weng kita entimukere gokmogono tiki powers mati behind gokmogono tika kero amachere maditi yewe kulutu obed mabai manyuno ni you have to figure out different situations in a peaceful and a better honest way but otherwise you can easily find yourself serving the devil unknowingly adaya la mjodo ti dano matika gitika waro jok la bongech pegingewya enti diwu no iti lego lek moguma rayu iti wu no ilego ni iti dipi kamo chamu kene lego ni iti ngolo nam chamu kene lego no iti chamu riu iti timugina ngot kidano mapul chamu kene you serving the devil unknowingly and you are being recruited in a way that you don't know. Itani nila winjuri pebero recruitment chalo ma ket machon chani. Ma kiwachi ni konongo. Yes, depends kita ki recruiting in Korea. Because jomo kiri weni kono nong tong gwena gene yes atong gwena dek kono angwen kono tim gina ngochi tim kuman jomo kene ki chwalo mere nying idiwu inde lego no iticha muriu tika celebrating onyomego mono tika mini amalemono kilwoni offers chindek no iticha mone you enjoying la chende poni kara no iti lek. You see that? So be very careful. That is why it is very important to pray before you sleep. Very important to pray before you sleep. Because at the end, the prayer that you've prayed is going to defend you. God is going to help you in the night. Karibene chamo kene chatan obikati temo nyutiji mugwi di wo meti nino kadong lubatie yupa chatan pobo chope kome. So let us be very careful in that side. Otherwise, jomukene know the deep state, jomukene no tigamenta iti teach kedgi, and then afterwards gilokeo kaguno ni dok chamu kene iti umiste konyo gimoni teacher kangeneo. Uganda kanj benetime. Aneno jomukene bedon kimiyo gi ministerial posts. Ministerial posts. Ento kei neno kitagu chako kirila injurio. You need to use wisdom menyang ni ngateni ni power motie. Ngateni ngaru moti teach kere. Upoma be testimony ma kero lokom baby deo. Baby deo no tila we, but anytime ni pingo baby deo no dong chunye pe yom. Ka upoma be wajo beneni entiki chene madunga ta. Tiki chene, tiki gimoy kian. Ento nongo. Yolo. Kuhane pe meet. Itama ni pingo. These are the things I'm telling you. And ya gikine eno timiro maro poison ento kigu maraj dong chatan po yeni enneke kekene. Instead what happens is chatan ukwanyo eno iyome accident. Eno do will poison di wo weke nekeo because no wall genetic art usofia pong pero mo pe baritamani pingono dong ene olo. These are the things I'm telling you. You can enjoy, but the end result is it is very painful. It is very painful. Otherwise, abigiko kenyo ki loka loka luwe ki lokoma P. Diddy. Yes, I'm going to stop that one at that. Now, lawu bidu yikare meminia examples totally as in not example but updates ikoma I'm going to give many examples on your update and monkeypox. And then I even told you ni Ministry of Health, yes, Ministry Maloyo lokom yorokom ki Uganda gukati menu hini ndo abungwen yachi gukati guwaini COVID ni tuo enoni dong tiwa inakasongola. And kai neno updates wengma biruka wachi awaini oleg matek. And in fact, mafudlo kenonunya, I was the first person to update you about it. Chamini update oku weng no tuwa eoni futi wa Congo. No furu kata kara ki Congo. And then immediately anakati ki update. Kancha waini obey very careful. And then ometeki lega matek pi Uganda because Congo ti bordering Uganda. And kamaki no tuo enoni bene pebu ki border mi Uganda. And then amini updates bene ngoma ministry mi yoro kom mi Uganda biri kare mi wajini kare yoni. Kita giti gwakekere, kita giti mirni, setting up emergency sources, as in resources. Okay, wekachi kino ngarumo iken onyo jomoni gu crossing and gitika suspecting wako kikwanyo ngatenonu yoro ki quarantining ya kichako treating pokaro chabira chili keni ngeme an me wajo lokenoni immediately ki declaring ni tuone bedong ti Uganda menu ki Western Uganda towards Kabale gi Kisoro gi and kino dano chochoke maroma pa pokaro Kenya immediately la video a meaning ni Ministry of Health has declared a state of emergency and actually kibiru kayele matek menoni kikelo vaccine. Okay, kikelo vaccine. So and immediately now in video information benepuri after declaring monkeypox as a state of emergency yagikine, and then they started looking for the vaccine. Obviously Ministry of Health polkare NIA donyi kom lokeni gimoiken makati chalo state of emergency. Now World Health Organization law in video en chungpi lobo lung the whole world on issues to do with health kama no emergencies tie World Health Organization bini ka upo mabay kare pa coin kind majemini po biru yototwal Ministry of World Health Organization ubiru tie kind and ubiru katimu jemi mapol mutoka pa UN beno biru tie kind maduwa tag ubiru katimu jemi mapol but obviously kare enoni la video no anenchelo ba football yuvuni wabeki Carmen yang J Matie makare enoni kano access koma radios kumano tie ne vinyang manyanga mobiru katemela pin la pin. Okay, otherwise na no actually jamine obi werodok lwen onyo kiniga birutie ikom dano chelo kanoni atim mistake mechakot katiki loopholes mugumo birutie macha mukenu werodano mukenu birukato kiyo onyo kiwao mukene jemi mukene details secrets muguwe no kiniga maodano. But those are things that I'm not here for today. Lawin video, I just wanted to let you know ni ikarimadong ki declaring monkeypox as a state of emergency. Obviously World Health Organization uchakoyele kitmenano ni kikatiki vaccine megwero dano wek monkeypox pononge yo moma yot mara motiro kere eni gwake guda ESPN T chala and actually en komare monkeypox komare chamu kene ramotamu ni kitira tiera ramotamu ni gumugu no tuo moma chamu kene ngaruma yotimikomi and yet it is not. Now la injury ko birini tuo enini ti nakasongola but Ministry of Health onyo ministry maloyo lokoma yorokomi Uganda go iniki kwanyo ngatenoni and actually tikano treatment enoni information mati barana waini pengene kare madong kinoni ngatenoni tiki tuo enoni nodong okupeki dana di omoro dana di because en bene beru chalo COVID. Okay, beru chalo COVID o moro dana di o guru dana di o kwako dana di kidong bene go o ilokom vuru bene pien tuo elon bene mago dano yo mevuru. And actually katika maricha mkenera motamani gonorrhea, and yet it is not, it is monkeypox. Pien kado mario kong chake yes kinya kipin kuno. Yeni vuru kinyao monyo vuru kidago ni ento no itiki monkeypox ubichake kikuno. Anangeo ni ubi mielu komikong metamani go mogunu ti gonorrhea. Icheri oriati kipimu kinoni dok pat. So kikuno dong chako nyai dul komi mukene ma pat. Uwero cha mukene mi debate very careful. So that is why I'm asking myself, ni before make kwanyo ngate no ni me chwalo ni quarantine weko nong ama treatment. No vuruki ngarumo, no guru ngarumo, no kwako ngarumo. Pien ka jami yuni wengo chero chote me, manyuru ni the point of contact wanga ngarumo mukene ukati. Balegana no tieni wan me kumanwelu Uganda wa leg mere ni lubao bed kikare me konyowa. Because jame gini weng aki kuja chibinu no wakany. Ka upoma be kaita COVID ukati kilila video. Yes, obviously donyi Uganda maukaro kikwane Entebbe ya donya Kampala madong kichero kangeyone no dong dano mapol tikere. Okay, now I wanted to tell you that there is drugs that have been approved. Vaccines megwero to Oman maki approving. There are 2 FDA approved vaccines for the prevention of smallpox and monkeypox disease. Now, me achel kilwoni Jynneos, 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 onyo Jynneos, pange ukita no ngarume ramo pronouncing kire, Jynneos. Kidong me arione kilwoni Akam, me arione kilwoni Akam 2000, ACAM. Kidong alivario wiye Kenyo. Akam 2000, ACAM 2000. Those are the 2 drugs that have been approved. Those are the drugs that have been approved. So Jynneos is a 2-dose vaccine developed to protect against mpox and smallpox. So people need to get both doses of the vaccine for the best protection against mpox. Kigwiri kirio. Now, this is the same mechanism ka we poe karepa COVID bene. Kigwiri kirio. Kigwiri mea cheli yakado kiwachi ni. Idok mea rio ne. Ka upo mabe karepa COVID giro bido katimekide. So this is the same style. This is the same style. Kigwiri mea chiel and then icherodo kigwiri mea rione. So, and at the end, we don't know how healthy everything is. And actually, in video, UNICEF actually on me report ni Congo do tiaro mio mpox vaccination. UNICEF ukati dul makiloni UNICEF ukati chomio update ni dongiti mio actually vaccine against mpox. And looking in ukati inindwa beach medwema pa enene lokmatika wachila winvideo is current pedak ni atika katiki lok machon atika mini information mati current information mati latest. Kinshasa, let me read for you. Kinshasa in Indua Beach, October 2024. Kinshasa on the 5th of October 2024. The Ministry of Public Health and Prevention, supported by UNICEF, the World Health Organization, WHO, Africa CDC and Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance today stated vaccinating vulnerable groups against Mpox in high priority provinces in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. A total of 265,000 doses of the MVA-BN Mpox vaccine arrived in Kinshasa in September, donated by the European Union, the government of the United States, and Gavi with the support from Africa CDC. UNICEF organized the shipment, customs clearance and delivery of the vaccines to DRC, the in-country storage and onward transport of the vaccines to Equateur, South Ubangi, Menukaberwa, Tishopo, North Kivu, South Kivu, and Sankuru provinces. Gavi provided valuable funds towards the costs for vaccination readiness and delivery undertaken by the Ministry of Health, UNICEF, and World Organization. Vaccination started in North Kivu province today and will start in South Kivu tomorrow. Now, nindwa bicha ekicharo kere menu ki North Kivu. Then obichiero inindwa bichiel menu i South Kivu. Tishopo nindwa biro menu information maukati inindwa beach medwe mapa mahali wadio kipiari yangwen. Kidong beneki waini. Vaccination in the two other provinces will start soon after. Information at Wongla in video, Paramote, but maybe, let me just give you this. The DRC is expecting a delivery of 3 million doses of the LC16 vaccine, which has the potential to protect children against Mpox. The LC16 vaccine requires only one shot to provide protection. So, la winjiri ngeni yat dongtie makiyo. But kawipo mabe la winjiri, I gave you an update and I told you nimiriwa leg matek. Companies la winjiri mayubo drugs egene. Ena ye chamukene geno ne tek. Okay, chamukene company ramo biruma no gene. But kama yate nono bikaro kiyewe ko kama unuti yeni. No miru wa fulu ba kachu oma peki yao. Pien kake yao kiti mjei mukene la winvideo no chamukene povi bero betu twa. Okay, so it is by God's grace, in case it reaches where it reaches, in case anything, there is no interference that has happened. Okay, let me just try to get for you something here. Now, obviously, ki Uganda kain inindwa piara dek medwe madi information ukati. Okay, ilokoma Mpox. And actually nindwa pa me nindwe piara me nindwa pa medwe mabungwen. While this organization do ukati ki information mukene ikoma Mpox ki Uganda kaini. And actually kiwainia cases mukeno katio. And inindwa pa eoni kikatike ni nodonki kasese kino cases maro mario. Menu ki Uganda kai. Nanwe. So kamo information do katila wenjwerio ni Uganda's Mpox case load rises to double digit. Okay? Raises to double digit. And that is what the senior health officials were reporting. Nino elni oberu nindwa pawi yangwen medwe mabu ngwen makali wa yugi pia diu yangwen. My information nino katikere. So information oberu kakati kware. Handi ya gikene Ministry of Health obviously, or declaring the state of emergency. And kay neno kita Al Jazeera obeduka reporting kede ni mpox crisis. Why do African countries struggle to make? So by 2021 there were fewer than 10 vaccine manufacturers in Africa, based in Senegal, Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, and Tunisia. Menu lobo mayubu vaccine yata gwera magwero mpox ki yubu ki South Africa, ki yubu ki Tunisia, Morocco, ki dong bene Egypt, ki dong Senegal. But then one more tiu ki Uganda kan pien pewa yubu yatenini. Instead, ngomote me NNE wakaro ki World Health Organization, ki kono CDC, kono FDA, anganga nginigi meneno nyolo tu ki kelo yat botwa kany. And ya gikine la windradio yatenini obinu I Uganda and obinu kilobo mukene. And that is all the way from America gi, German gi, and Uganda kany. That is why winya waini waleg matek kachie jomo yubu yatenini guyubu ki honesty. Okay? Guyubu ki honesty. So I just want to pray and to believe that everything is just okay. Because at the end, now injury kai bero kaneno updates mana bero kamini. A bero kamini ni watiki companies madon. And one of the company, only one of the rich men under the deep state, kai biruka luguloka deep state ma biruka wachila winjudio. Ana ini watiki ngara chiel makiluoni Bill Gates. Now Bill Gates ana yedong kobiri tika loyo lokom vaccine. Ma ana yedong tika keru chene ma diet. Ikom yubu vaccines mapadpat. Kai neno ikom vaccine me yubu COVID, as in me chao COVID la winjudio and benoberie. Ano katika kama leng benicho waini gubi biru yikare me yubu vaccines mapol. Me konyo lutino, me konyo ngo. Now la winjudio kawi puma be, I told you ni agenti pachatan tika weng. And gubi tiu ki yo moe ken meneno ni ki nero dano, ki crippling dano, ki kero situation money machwako gin ne ken. And that is why I told you ni waleg matek. Pati waini yate raj, bene pati waini kono poti kere, barati waini waleg matek. Because ya gikine, inoni watiki dano mati deep state, watiki dano mati maguka neo, but mission gi tima part. Kawipo anawachini, the deal on your mission para chatan tie medwa well dano me logo. And actually, kaguno ni dong well dano makuja pe doc gitiuki they actually like gitiuki programs mopapat. Now kobiri ni inero ngoma titime. Lwen matie Israel, ki Iran, nen lwen matie Ukraine, Russia, nen kita actually alora pa pin benetika nego kere dano. No. Let me read for you this report a little bit. Let me read for you this report. Kaini, World Health Organization, obedo ka temo yenyo joma ramo yubo vaccine pa mpox. And actually details money World Health Organization 6 mpox vaccine production sites. We do need the manufacturers to really scale up so that we've got access to many more vaccines. And that was the spokeswoman, Margaret Harris, who told the reporters, obviously, Lara Chatan benobi neno ni okay, gini karamita kumane, chien bene rahowie. The World Health Organization, that was, which date was that, so that I give you something current. Yeah, that was on August 17th, 2024. On August 17th, 2024. The information read like this: that the World Health Organization on Friday urged manufacturers to ramp up production of mpox vaccines to rein in the spread of more dangerous strain of the virus. The World Health Organization on Wednesday declared the mpox surge a public health emergency of international concern, its highest alert level, we declared 1B cases soaring in the Democratic Republic of Congo and spreading beyond its borders. We do need the manufacturers to really scale up so that we've got access to many more vaccines. The World Health Organization is asking countries with mpox vaccine stockpiles to donate them to countries with ongoing outbreaks. Now, 2 mpox vaccines have been used in recent years. Wateke vaccine makiloni MVABN, produced by Danish drug maker Bavarian Nordic and Japan's LC16. And by that time, they say there were 500,000 MVABN doses in stock, while additional 2.4 million doses could be produced quickly if there was commitment from buyers. For 2025, an additional 10 million doses could be produced upon a firm procurement request. LC16 is a vaccine that is not commercialized but produced on behalf of the government of Japan, and there is a considerable stockpile of this vaccine. So, I think we agika kenyo kiloka mpox, but amira po we ni wamete kilega pitien loka chelario. Yes, lewo atemo wachini wupoma be lokom tuo mawaini ama obikati mwagali wadio kipiari beach. Futpe wangeyo mene. Badongie beneki lokmoni mana wachini kai beruka winyo testimony ne hangeo ni nolo to ingeo. Okay, so puwa wingeyo mene, but is it the one exactly? But ma wajo piereni is called Sears 2025, and actually ebenoni agenti wenko berenigiti busy ilobo mapat and guyu benekita no jamine obitime kikoare. La winjuri ukare ma covid tika katikeri mwagali wario kapara dek no simulation no timeo dano planning kita no bitime kere joni google report gu waini wabibirigi kar migeo dano me karo kachero ka will dano bi gak gang dano bitime kina ngo, there is no movement ngongogi, and that is exactly ngoma gutimo karema covid ukati i 2019 no donki temu practice ye benekita no jamine obitime kere kita kibi forcing gamente mapat me lobo metimu ngoma mite, and this is all ngoma agenti pachatanti timone under the deep state key organizations mukene mapat. So now kada enero jamitika binu kuman I told you ni kiramo timo gimoe ken kacheki no ni gimoni tie kamoni mamete onyo dano kamoni gilu jemo onyo dano kamoni kanu gitimo ginango kiramo timo gimoe ken wek either kidwok wel pa dano matikenyo onyo kitim gimo weko keluoro onyo gimo wek olutu owek dano go pegu tim ngoma miru gutim in response kita no loketika katikere. Let me give you an example. La winjodio itanini tuo charo peti komondutwal. Okay? Tuo charo peti komondutwal. But ngeni charo benego dano ba. Charo benego dano. But it is not common. Pitien loka chelni kitia kufonyo wao kit megwako leo wekolo tu puwa beji karme no tuo charo. Okay? But then la winjodio in most cases kache tijo money magimiro gimoni onyo gimiro duoko well dano ka money. Now la winjodio I don't know. I don't know whether you get this in military science. I don't know whether you get this, but population control. Population control. Angeo ni no daktari ngeo jemi gini. Yes. La winjodio ingeo mechero kaneko ngarumwani ni wadwok wel dano makany tek. Onyo chero kachielo dano kany no tek. Sometimes, la winjodio, I'm telling you this in a honest ground. Okay? Apeka blaming ngaruma ikan. But chamukene in a honest way, chamukene no kimiro neno kit medwok wel dano. Kibitiu ki technique onyo tactic mo ikan metemone labo kelo onyo chimu tok ningo ngati ayo temo onyo ngati ayo temo onyo ngati ayo temo la winjodio nen ngo matitime ilobo mo kene chalo ama China. Okay? China la winjodio has very many people. India has very many people. India is in billions, around 4 billion. Neno, one kind furuati 40 million 40 million kono million a day. Kay neno country mo kene chao Libya tiki dano million a bichi can. And ikare me lwen pa Gaddafi benangyo ni no wele budak. T countries mo kene wino chalo Nigeria winyo ni kono 200 million. Neno. But India, China, iwinyo wele tiwa billion. Now meneno ni population control tie kibi waningo me achiel chalo China guwaini miri nyual latina chelekan. Kay nyualo mario miri chul pire. Ichulu tax. Tekade nyualo latina chelekan tap miro giko kenyo. Kade nyualo nyubai mistake nyungo mario ibibiro kachulu tax pire. Oweri neno ni Chinese rio dano chalo Indians gianga gini girio gidu gibino i Africa. Onyo gichere ilobo mukene mango ma strictness pere ye loko mnyual. Gichero kunu kongi nyualo matek yaga dongi neno yomo me dok. Endo kagi dok bene no gu nye yone kita gitimo kene. Onyo chamu kene ngarumo ni timiro nyual ko benu chi no dago gwaki Uganda kanyo nyokamone. Chi setulingo be kwero dong dok gangi kono because of ngoma time. So kay neno lobo chalo China kiwache ni nyual ngara chiliken latina chil kay nyualo mario miri chul pire kidong bene kunu bene iwinyo mere loko abortion tutrale ilobo mokene but China bene abortion time maka cheki no ni tiki luteno nyo tiki latin mokene kibi kwanyo ho gamento bi kwanyo enoni dong pe bero twero ni but gamente ayebinu kwanyo forces you to abort nanwe population control. Yo mukene la winjodio tutrali chalo botwa kany i Africa. It's very simple. Kiramo no kui moni makelo jami chalo charo gini. Ikare chani la winjodio no wamaro pi iwang et pi mamola ni ikulu ngo gini. So kimiro duoko population kamoni we kiramo chero mere kino kui enoni Kichero mere ki onyi pi eoni. Kui eoni nyake kenyo ng'ara chel mo maro pi enoni. Wango no tuo. Yaga dong ka dong dano chako to konki biwego ba peki responding yor yot. Peki responding yor yot. So kikuru kong dano to dong kichako ni family dano tiye. Kamoni dano tiye. Kamoni dano tiye kadong wel moni o mamete. Yaga dong gamente dong binu dong konongo response ambulance konongo o tim kumano tim konongo kichako dong waini ama kichako dong keli police kinen jomo kwenyo choron jomo peki choron jomo peki changat jomo peki ngo, because they want now to show me they are concerned. Gini peti mekawengba, but that is what I'm telling you. Population control. Some of these things happen. Wakati wachini chamu kene ngarumwani gamente mwani pobi binu ni kide dano makanyonyo kichelgi weki dwakwel dano ko technically kineno yo mete mwane. Roma ki kache ki miro ama luen ikom jomoni maka ki biro ni gwakmunguno adui tika kenyo. Yes, kiramo waini gomogono rebo mwani tika mwani. Adui tima duon Kenya. Ento, mengeo ni ngao bira nga kilwenyi komenyo gitungi na ngo petime. Kiramu kilu gimoy kenu nyutuo moy ken. So, jomoni mati kenyo labo ngechi mbi neno ni dano tito. Kadong dano succeeding. Jakadi chako video ni ngarumo nuto. Ngarumo ni konungo. So, kapenyi kong la video ki biek mamegi itamo ni tuo Ebola ti natural. Ebola tikin angeo mere ni kiwaini bene, it comes from the monkeys. But Ebola is also manufactured yuba. And this is the same technique I'm telling you. Indong you reason out. Pavi wachiki secrets mukene Kenya. But you reason out. Kiku malokany Ebola berutie. Ebola doko chero piny kachani Western Uganda. Ka upoma bay. Kany konyo berutie. Ki Western Uganda beru ADF. After that, I think even some part of Central African Republic. And these are all places which are what? These are all places which are not stable peacefully. Kenen lokom kwidi tuo jonyo. Enini weng obiru ki yubo mere me duoko welpa dano me Africa. But then lubati guagowa. Tuo chili mere ki yubo. Meneno niyo luto ki duoko wel dano me Africa. But lubati guagowa. So this is what I'm telling you, that you have to pray so hard. Lara chatan kiyone titimu jemi mapol. Makake peki wachi enibitamoni that is normal. That is normal. But if you go to reasoning, you'll find that there is a lot that the devil is doing behind the curtain. Ma in pengeo. So, uye agika Kenya. Now, in video, abi chero ilog mukene, and amirini ami update kobirini. Kita jamine titi mekere tutwali tutwali ilwen matie abimi manok ikom Israel ki Iran. Abimi manok bene ikom Russia ki Ukraine, and then lokwatini obigika Kenya. But then tomorrow ka la chuchu ye chi abimi ni lok money mana amiro wachi ama wachi la woni amiro ni wobeki karme nongo details roll ma Iran titone idugu pa Yesu Kristo. Okay, ikoma jo paloba and then wabed ki kar bene yang pingo luba tiwero la rachatan luba tiwero enjo marajuni gitika lwenyi kom jone but lokeni ni weng la win video kitero ivuk meni yabo kidong ivuk pa Daniel. Okay, so enoni kabi katikere la win video loke bene duong mapara motiako nini no matini makawa ni akatikere chipa abitiako, and I really felt that you should know ni jami mukene matiti mailobo kanyla win video petiti many just miri padano but luba benetika wego jay mukene titi mechubu mission mamege meyubu pidugu pa Yesu Kristo. So kache ini neno lweny matie Ukraine Russia and dano tito yes kitung chel Chiatano tichubu mission mamege medwako wel dano mailobo but luba beneti weko titime pian ti yubu pidugu pa Yesu Kristo. Kay neno ama Iran ko bedeniti cheri lweny ki Israel itamani pingo Israel ti loba yera maluba ukwanyo chalo mege pingo luba weko ki goyo Israel weko ki lwenyi kom Israel. Yanoni weng tie me paving me yubu yo pidugu pa Yesu Kristo. Karibene football wangeyo ni no mene but jemi egini weng tie. Angeyo ni dano bedoka penya ni pingo Robert, you promised, why aren't you coming out with Revelation 13? Now kay nena katiki loke noni obiguru manok ilokoma Revelation 13. Obiguruma knock ikom Revelation 13. This time, no partika karo to twale ikom vukume Revelation 13. But I'm going to try to give you some of the kingdoms that depict ngoma Revelation tiwane kono the 7 horns kono ngogi, and then I will tell you whatever that is there and where we are right now and what role is Iran playing. And that is why I told you we shall learn more on that. But it is a big thing maparamu chako katikere chani because kabi chako katikere no mila chako kere, and then atim eneken wa gikine. Baruye inanamatene a good man no kikom Iran, Israel, and then Russia and Ukraine. Okay, lawin video loko bidini matie ma angeoni pire tak tutwal in mengeone ana ni Israel almost onero dano mapol Paul commanders pa Hamas kineroge commanders pa Hezbollah la winjiri kineroge, and then also Houthi rebels kikwanyo jomo keneo. Now jamu kenera mo penye kikenini, how does Israel get this intel? How does Israel get all this intelligence? You might easily ask yourself how, but Israel has the most sophisticated technology. Kalokom technology pulkare anawachia. Technology may Israel tie irom malamal. Kawipo mabe, I told you ni. Itamani pingo America ti jenge kom Israel. Mape miro tenyo ne. Kitung chel America ti guako Israel me guako ne. Because it is a God's chosen nation. That is one. But two, via technology, Israel is ahead. Technology mukene maini neno ki Israel. Azina ki America. Mukene polino aki Israel. Mudugu mogo mati sophisticated. Mabejoni. Pole weng no chake ki Israel. Israel tiki companies onyo kayupo mudoro gilweny ento no peki gero chalo mwani kono ichise no ki keri tengom no ki yupo mere itengom icheri yenyo kwe ento mwaka ki mwaka no inoni technology tie Israel la wind radio ti lobo ma is in the dry land. DRO, it is like I don't know how to explain to you. But Kobirini la wind radio, Israel has struggled with Yelema Tech to create a green cover. Most of the fruits in the Asian side are Israel. Konomo yeme, juice gi, ngongo gi wenki aki Israel. Then you ask yourself, this place which is dry, how does it able to produce these kind of things? Are you getting? So Israel, you cannot compete with Israel, but lubungat mati telone. Otherwise, now in video, Israel obedoka facing Jemi Mapol. Kawipo anawachini kama Israel tiyeni la in video. Israel kama yeni tipire kene as a Christian nation. Jomoro mo Israel pole weng tichilam. Now, amira mini ngech beneni la in video luen mati lobo. Luen mati lobo. Lobo weng ba? Kono iwinyo ke Uganda, kono iwinyo ke Nigeria, iwinyo ke Israel, iwinyo kwene. This is all about one, la winjedio locom supremacy. Anga mati utera, iluen, idipi, ingom kan kidon kiyamo. Okay? Anga mati utera. So countries all are struggling for that, to be superpowers. Then the other thing la winjedio, madong angeo ni titimeka weng NNE, competition tie, PMTA ikin lo Kristayo kidong chilam. Kawipo mabe la winjedio ikarpa Yesu Kristo. No Christianity no pedi tutwal. No bene no Yesu Kristo furu chako ticha chaka kare one. Andinoni kono Muhammad kono ngagini bene guchake kare one. Guchako spreading. Makachi ineno kitagunya kedela winjvideo. Ibinoni Johnny Guyele Matek, and they traveled. They were businessmen. They were fishermen. Giaki Asia kono taki kono kwene gibini Africa kangi karo nanwe. And then afterwards muni benekitung side channel tara benedong as in the west gucha benetimo engina chel. So competition started. And inoni lo Kristayo onyo lutela matelo lu Kristayo guyele matek menuni Christianity mayo lobo. And actually kaineno ko beden lu Kristayo duong and dini mechilam ti dako. Now pero dong tieni chilam benegiti yele matek menuni gimayo kabiru mapul. Uyaponi numo na penyi awachini ini ngeo ni Uganda kingeo ni is a Muslim country. Tutwale Uganda okeronye map ikarepa Idi Amin. Marking Uganda as a Muslim nation. And that is why you see that it has very big ties with Kono Gaddafi, Libya, and Guinea. Because Uganda was known as such. But Christianity came and took over. Christians are in big numbers. So kobeni kama Israel tieni. Israel tie pire kene kono. Jomo romo ene bazoweng la video tichilam Arabu. Now pero benetieni kawipuma be history ma kwani kare makichelo kede Israel inindwa biro medwe ma pa Uyaponi no makati ki details egwina kwani when kita ki katikere kita Israel came to existence. In a Second World War. In a Second World War. Inanwe. But kay neno kita Israel obinu kelamnyo. Johnny Gulonge and Pole oberu chalo kita Bible titiro nemo bae. Kon kiriemogi, dogudugu, dokiriemogi, o kamo donki parovot ngom gi bene, ko biri winyo ni Palestine, I winyo kabero mukene kono Gaza, I winyo ni kono ngo. But gingu ye kama giti yeni, and ko biri ni giti madongo developing that area. Don lobo dong neno kama giti yeni. It was a dry land ya. It was a dry land. Mopong ki got ki ngongo gini. Ngom gi utwa weng. And exactly kita Bible tiro kene. And Johnny gu yubu pinyo. Madongo duguwe. Gu yubu pinyo. Kawi puma bengo Netanyahu wajo. En bena no ti commanders. Kobirini ngatmati prime minister. Benjamin Netanyahu. No tikin commanders. Magu binu melaro. Israelites magu biru. I entebe kaine. Ando tiro story ono wen kare ke kare. Johnny go aka maboya. But kamagiti yeni, it is not easy. But jami matiti meni wengla winjudio pira tak tutwal meni yang niluba tika wero time kumano. Me yubu yo pidugu pa Yesu Kristo. And gineone bane umaro kelo. Wild war me adek. And kopeni la winjudio ki teknolojia ma Israel tikere la winjudio Israel okwanyo commanders mapol. Hamas aedong nodong tie ma like tie okuru madong tie yelo Israel mapat. Then there is rebels mukane magukwanyo madong kopeni giti telo Lebanon. Owero Israel oberugi kare metiu matek mekwanyo commanders ochero Lebanon ochielo rebels makono ochielo Beirut Houthi rebels bene tilwenyi komge ajomo kene tuwa Syria kidong bene oteramati chung pijo ono wen kono Hamas kono dano me Lebanon kono dano me kono Beirut kono dano me Gaza kono kwene Palestine ngat mati chung onyolobo mati chung chalo tera me konyo juni enaye Iran owero iwinyo Iran chon kichon gitimiro kwanyo Israel ki map pien gin giweni enoni tikabirugi kabiru pachilam. So Israelites mati lukristayo enoni pengomgi. So teletie but jami egini wengla winjudio Bible tiro pire. Ngeni niromala cheni ya nyim there is going to be God's temple constructed. Abibiru ikarami mini updates kitano jemini weng titi mekere. And kadon kigero temple ngeni dong Yesu Kristo pebo. Tijami mukere manyuru ni dong pebo. There are also heifers that were taken. There were 3 heifers that were taken. And right now there is suspicion that are they the heifers that the Bible talks about? The brown ones that the Bible talks about. So, maloro nila winjudio. Lueny Foutier. And 2 hours ago, abi chako ki information mati current. 2 hours ago, chawaria ngech la winjudio information utiko katene dano piarario ya rio. Israel onerogeo. Israel ochelo missile mochero goyo boma makiluoni Beirut menuki Lebanon and missile anoni onero dano makaro piarario uyario 22 people have been killed and 117 injured in Israel airstrikes on central Beirut, Lebanon's health ministry said. Okay, so loud explosions echoing from the site of a strike in Bakoura, a small Shia area in the Lebanese capital. Rescuers were seen digging through rubble and the scene. Ambulances rushed many injured to the American University Hospital. An unconfirmed media report suggested that the apparent target was Wafik Safar, Hassan Nasrallah's brother-in-law and one of Hezbollah's high-ranking security officials. The group's media official has not yet confirmed. Iti winyane? Israel ochielo Kenyo pienti miro nero ng'atu mo makiluoni Wafik Safar mati brother-in-law, Nasrallah's brother-in-law. Now Nasrallah la winjiri ukita kiwajo keredong. Information ubedo kakatini kinero. Unfortunately, reports do kati mangateno ni food kwa, but Israel peti yue. Because Israel tilo kita Russia tilo kere. Russia tika wajo both American kidong NATO tika wajo gini tekanga rumo eken miro kwanyo gi ki map melobo ti miro lwenyi komgi gin bene gubi duago kinga maroma of which gitiki nuclear and gubi chielu la bonkija. So this is the same thing kobedenemati time ikin Israel kachel ki Iran. Ma kawipo mabe ikari ma mini update ma UN convention oberutie ma waberu ki lutela mailo ma pat maguchero kono. Ebino ni Israel beno chiro lago. Chowani gubi luenyi ko mungarumo ikian mo biyeloge. Kidong bene piti kamoma pegiramo oye menu ki Iran. Now Iran ochero lingo kong manak. Israel obiro kachielo commanders nero dano kany kuja. But la chala wenjwedia mini information Iran ochero chuchulu kuo ochielo Israel. Now Israel tiki teknolojia makiluoni the Iron Dome. Iron Dome la wind radio petie gimoi kena makiwichelu chikaro chichelu Israel. Tekadong oneno missile moi ken kimalo. Chako goyo hon malon. Kado goyo hon malon security bureau active. And immediately chako chielo missile moi ken manoti karo. And petie ni kono ngarumo ni chero dio chien chako tich. Ki setting mano chielo pire kene. Manyuni tekado sensing ni missile tika binu. Chako chielo ne distance away. Mafud poporo kabero moni mano ki cheli yene. So, as we talk, fudong pe wangeyo kita Iran or managing meweyo the Iron Dome. And obirigi kare me chelo Israel. Chelo Israel maraja dada kidong bene no dok dano pa Iran mukene wakawai ni moy ngangagi no benegiti Israel. Jo mukene no gudongiti chelo Israelites wanki wang. Madongu yeto. And jo elni kigoyogi. Now, la windradio loktie kuman. Actually mission money no tie no Netanyahu meno Benjamin Netanyahu Prime Minister me Israel no ti yupe mechiero kwana mechiero ikachoke kachilki Biden gi kilutela mukene me ya America gi kilong meno ki Europe, but then ki warning ma Iran tika katika lela injurio well Benjamin Netanyahu odugulu mechiero lokati kuman no chakema Iran or retaliating ochelo Israel pinero commanders gi ki commanders pa Hezbollah, ki dong pa Houthis, ki jomo kenani Hamas gi. Netanyahu o katika maleng o waini Iran otimo mistake madit an gubi chulo. Ento dong pero benetieni inke ilwenyi koma anda ling moti ni go an kan kuja ling. So Iran had to retaliate. And then it had to hit hard Israel katika malengo waini gubichulo. Now nino mano Israel mirochul. Yes, la winjedio Russia ukati. Now ngeni la winjedio ngeni Israel America tichung pire. America tichung inge Israel. Countries mukene chalo German, France, Canada, angagini weng tichung inge kwane Israel. Now, this is why I'm telling you the question of World War III kitobi chake kere. Fudong pe wangeo ento science tiedong madleng kamaleng kuman mo watineno ne. Ento dong odong mere chwinyo machiken. World War III romado chake ento dong chwinyo machiken. Kenan countries chalo America did, Canada did. Countries may Europe, the whole of NATO. NATO has around 32 countries. Menuke ikwanyo Britain, but Britain benetichwako Israel. So jo enoni wengtinge Israel. And guko ngeme konyo Israel. Iran lobo chilam notingeye. Jo marangeo ni ramo beru ki pero mako berini gitie ma pektik jenge ka moyeken ena Turkey ti NATO ti part of Europe endong peti lugu tampa joni en pe miro ento miro ni dano miro beri dialogue miro go beri wi mecha chiel go nyware weke nen kit metia ko lwenyi enemy of which you are chiel maki waini miri nen kit metia ko lokenini ena yeme wa ko Palestine me beru lobo pire kane ento Israel pe ye Israel ngeo ni Palestine ti part of Israel. So details ti madunga tama para mchako katika iricha ene. But then ibino ni ma Israel okatini dong timiro chulu ne. Iti winyone Russia chalule dit okaticho waini potem. Kobirini la unjiri ukei neno lwenymatiki in Russia ki Ukraine. Ongayo American, ongayo NATO ka America giti miyo gilweny madunga ta. Sophisticated machinery. Weki lwenyi kom Russia. But ongayo ya. Kimiyo F-16 la winjiri. F-16 digi madung ki boro ni rach madung ka uchielo kamoni we. Ento food still ongayo ya. Instead ngomochero chotime F-16 achiel ki kwanyo ki chelo. Ento loke kitiling wiye kidek katikiri kama leng. La winvideo iwinyo ni kono missiles, kono tanka, kono ngoma bejoni, kono leopard, kono ngo. They are those sophisticated names. Inoni wenki chwalo. Eno moi ken mado hurting Russia. Made neno ni ya Russia titika failing. Paka instead reports kati juiningo Russia ti kwanyo kabiru. And kaineno almost the whole of Eastern Donbass, the east of Ukraine, Russia ti kwanyo ne. So Israel waini okay. I'm going to strike back. Russia katio waini potem. And kadong Russia waini potem. La winjiju ngoma bini wi. kada ineno ko bidini lweny me Ukraine ong'ayo Amerika gi pien Amerika kinato giti lweny kom Russia ilobo Ukraine kadi bene pegiti chiele keken gati ati kadi bene pegiti chiele ati so now kadong la dit doko wani potem. Now that is where now the problem comes. Wakati wachini World War III people o dong mere dong jomoni me magone di dong wachet kalweny kikem anino made winyo ni Amerika katika maleng NATO katika maleng chidong pangi odano bimete kitoma dung. Now there is one thing la winjo the most scaring Israel ma win mironi obedgi karmeniang. There is one thing most scaring Israel. Report tieni kitawa winyo kere pien ama kiberuka kero kigeng mapoli kom Iran pieno kiwaini Iran tika yubu nuclear plants. Now these nuclear plants Iran ti waini gingiti yubu nepi bebero mere like me yubu machigi technology ngongogi pepi rache. But America katik ti waini Iran kaki weko kero nuclear power plants eguni obibero ki kar me yubu ama bomb nuclear bomb. So America pemiro ni Iran obed keep superiority anoni me yubu nuclear bomb because Iran ki Asia kuno ti uteramango tika disorganizing dano makuno tichalo superpower me ye kuno. So America kuna ngagi ni pegi miro ni Iran obed ki nuclear. And actually kita ki kero kere ki geng mapola tai kom Russia ena ki kuo kero kere bene kom Iran ayu chako, but Iran has survived up to today. Ki waini country mo ken po will mo ken kom Iran akibot Iran mi report chat jamine bot lobo mo ken kono Iran mi rotim ginango ki gengo wa mo ma aki Iran mi karo ka mo ken, but Iran has survived. So this is the same thing makitemo timune kom Russia has survived up to today. Manyuruni that superpower context is leaving America. The superpower is coming up right now. Russia, China. India also is struggling. Remember last time India sent a rocket in space. It is also competing. So ngoma Israel tiki luore ye ena ilokom nuclear power plants because kobirini information tieni Iran tika testing nuclear. And actually Iran ukatika malengo waini tiki missile maroma pa mado setting omechelo Israel. And actually kawiya poma be president me Iran makineroni no kuongo waini ka Israel otimu mistake bikwanyo Israel came up. And kobirini ama latela dini mechi lampian president dong pare ama gwak ngata chung pire but ngat madong kobirini tie chalo de leader o katika malengo waini gitiki nuclear missiles capable missiles maroma pa magin weng gitika setting mechielo kwana Israel enoni dobi binu ki report money magi katika nini kibikwanya Israel came up. Now lok mukene dok tieni ama Iran oberugi kar me testing nuclear bomb as in a nuclear I don't know. In fact we should listen to that live. And it created an earthquake. Where kobirini Benjamin Netanyahu Prime Minister me ama Israel hawaeni wakachung mot konga nen kita planet kere because information tieni nenchalo Iran o testing nuclear bomb. Okay, or testing nuclear bomb madu kelo wa earthquake oyeyeng ilobo makuno. Okay, and that is why they are saying maybe because of that is why the earthquake hit Iran. Now la njudu kita ini winya beru ka wachekere kaki chielo nuclear bomb kaini obitiero ngomya daro mapolo bita obiloko komwanio kita daro binyual kerebeno biloke wanyualo jemi mabiru chalo li menyualo daro matiki tiena rio mogi nyualo daro matiki tiena dek mogi nyualo daro matiki wanga dek. The morphology changes. That is why luoro tie ikom nuclear. Abiru kamini update ni nen kita Japanese tikere. Neno pa Japanese kita wangi tikere. Weng obira duoki pa bom. Maki chielo i Hiroshima kidong Nagasaki. Ikareme World War meario. An America ayo chielo bom enoni. Pieno dong lwen petitum. No dong lwen petitum. Ti America waini metia ko lwen eneni miru atimu kumano. Chigu chielo bomb. Nuclear bomb madit. And kobirini ini neno kita Japanese tikere. Nen kita wangi tikere. Aoni wengti results pa bomb makichelo. So menyo ni kobirini kadok kichelo mukane. Chiro mwape. So, let us first listen to this. I just want us to listen to this report about the earth tremors. Maki Birone Otime inge Iran testing nuclear bomb. When you testing nuclear gi. And Ginoni, I don't kobirini atika kelo luaro ikoma Israel. Okay? Tika kelo luaro ikoma Israel. So let us first listen to this. I just want us to listen to this and then you hear what they're talking about the tremors.
Iran has a lot on its plate right now. Israel is preparing to attack the country. Its proxies are under fire. There are fears of a wider war. So Tehran is dealing with a lot. And amid all of this, an earthquake struck the country last week on October 5th. The epicenter was close to Semnan, a city in northern Iran. It wasn't a very big earthquake. The magnitude was around 4.5 on the Richter scale, so relatively minor, but there were some strong tremors. In fact, it was felt as far as Tehran. So a minor earthquake, some tremors, no damage at all. At any other point in time, no one would care about something like this. But this one is different. And that's because of the timing. It's suspicious. Iran struck Israel last week. Israel vowed to hit back, and suddenly a mysterious earthquake occurs. Was it just another natural phenomenon, or was it the result of some human activity? The internet has made up its mind. They're calling it a nuclear test. Iran's first underground nuclear test that may have led to the tremors. But does this claim hold water? Can nuclear tests cause earthquakes? Did Iran really test its nuclear capability? And where does their nuclear program stand at the moment? Let's look at these one by one. First, do nuclear tests cause tremors? The answer is yes. They do. Any underground nuclear detonation can cause seismic activity similar to an earthquake, but not quite the same. For example, the depth of the tremor. This earthquake was shallow, around 10 kilometers deep. Usually, nuclear sites are located further underground. Then there's the detonation. It often causes an explosion on the surface. There was none in Iran, not that we know of. And no explosion is a very rare thing in a nuclear test. Plus, look at the magnitude. It does not indicate a nuclear explosion. Also, Iran is very prone to earthquakes. So this could be just another one. Having said all of this, there is still one point that raises doubts, and that is the location of this quake. In 2019, a Washington-based think tank released a report. It said that Iran was building underground testing sites, and one likely location was Semnan, very close to the main city. So Iran is said to be building a testing site here. This report came out in 2019. Now, 5 years later, West Asia is on the edge. Iran has to prove its might, and on cue, an earthquake occurs at the very same place. So a lot of people joined the dots and said this must be a nuclear test. Of course, it's hard to prove. There isn't enough evidence. But does Iran have the capability to launch a test like this, and that too so quickly? How advanced is their nuclear program? They started working on it way back in the 1950s, and they had someone helping them, the United States. That's right, Iran's now arch-rival was once a close friend that got their nuclear program up and running. All was well until 1979, but then the Iranian Revolution happened. America's friend, the Shah of Iran, was toppled, and Ayatollah Khomeini took over. Initially, he was opposed to nuclear power, so their program was paused, but it resumed in the 1980s. And this time, Iran got help from countries like Russia. In 2002, it was found that Tehran had secret nuclear facilities. It was pursuing weapons-grade uranium. So until 2015, Iran was sanctioned heavily for its uranium enrichment and for its lack of transparency. But then in 2015, a deal was signed, the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, better known as the Iranian Nuclear Deal. Iran signed it with the US, the UK, France, China, Russia, and Germany. Tehran promised to limit its nuclear program. In exchange, the others agreed to lift sanctions. And it worked fine until 2018. But then Donald Trump pulled the plug. He exited the pact, the nuclear deal fell apart. Iran started breaching its commitments and building its nuclear capacity. As of today, it has a few known nuclear sites. This is where they're located. Look at the map. It also has some secret facilities and enrichment capability to build warheads. Experts estimate that Iran can build a bomb in a week. So the big question is, have they done it already? Has Iran built a nuclear bomb? Honestly, we have no way to verify, just like we have no way to know for sure if the tremor was an earthquake or a nuclear test. Tehran will not come clean, but we do know that it does want a nuclear deterrent. And if it has the capability, this would be the best time to build it.
So, lawin video anyway. Iran twero yubu bomb within a week. Chabida chiliken no Iran yubu bomb. Kidong bene kibiro ni Iran obiruka testing nuclear bomb. Pian ma ikare mo biruka testing okelo oyeyeng ento bene kiwaini doc signs bene po nyote and lokene ni wengo time ingema Iran ochelo Israel kidong Israel owaini gubichula. So that is ngoma ko berenitie ma escalation kita jamineti kedela win radio payat. Let us listen to another. Mawero Israel tiki luara ikomiran kobere. Okay? Let's listen to this.
World's most dangerous war zone, that's West Asia. Has Iran, behind the fog of war, under threat from a rampant Israel, secretly become a nuclear power? Now, we always knew it had the capability. That is neither a mystery nor a secret. America has repeatedly tried to stop Iran from becoming a full-fledged nuclear power. In fact, the IAEA has constantly monitored Iran's nuclear facilities. But for the last year, Iran has not only become part of the war zone situation, but it has become belligerent. So did Iran, in the past week, under the cover of secrecy, acquire the capability of using a nuclear bomb? thereby changing the strategic balance of the region and ending Israel's status as the only nuclear power in the region. You see, on the 6th of October, Iran suddenly shut down its airspace starting 9 p.m. local time. Less than 2 hours later, Iran reported a 4.4 magnitude earthquake in a province located around 130 kilometers from Tehran. Seismic activity and military airspace closures at the same time. So, is this coincidence? Or did Iran conduct an underground nuclear test? Let's just take a pause here and just consider the ramifications of a nuclear Iran already embroiled in proxy wars and regional conflicts. The introduction of nuclear weapons could escalate violence beyond anything that West Asia and the world have seen in decades. Iran is not an irresponsible country, but it is now in a position to challenge Israel's unilateral domination. And if Iran feels cornered or threatened, could it use these weapons, or worse, as a first strike? Millions of innocent lives across Israel, Iran, neighboring countries would be in immediate danger. One wrong move, a misinterpreted military maneuver, and the world could be facing nuclear devastation. Let's just break this down for you. As per reports, on the 6th of October, Iran suddenly and temporarily shut down its airspace. All flights from Iranian airports were reportedly cancelled from 9 p.m. on Sunday, October 6, until 6 a.m. the following Monday. In fact, the Iranian Civil Aviation Authority reportedly issued a notice to Air Missions, NOTAM, signaling a military exercise in the western part of the country. However, this may have just been a routine exercise. Could the airspace closure be part of a larger, secretive operation? Was it merely a precautionary move for military drills, or was there something more? You see, that very same weekend, on the 6th of October, at 10:45 p.m. local time to be precise, the University of Tehran's Seismography Center announced a 4.4 magnitude earthquake in the city of Aradan, Semnan province. Now, on the surface, it may seem like a natural event, but was this a coincidence or something else entirely? Something sinister. Let's not forget that Iran is close to reaching 90% uranium enrichment, the level needed to build a nuclear weapon. This is not speculation. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, its report in August stated that Iran had increased its stockpile of uranium enriched to 60%. That's just 30% less than what is reportedly required to build a nuclear weapon. Now, if we join the dots, the airspace shutdown, the earthquake, Iran's nuclear ambitions, the possibility that Iran might have tested a nuclear device underground, perhaps may not seem far-fetched. But again, why now? Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has reportedly long maintained a fatwa declaring nuclear weapons illegal. But amid tensions in West Asia, could Iran be reconsidering this stance? Remember, during his speech last week, Khamenei said Israel will not last long.
Israel will not last long.
So could Iran have secretly altered the defense doctrine in response to Israeli attacks, thereby advancing their nuclear agenda? Just last week, Iran launched around 200 missiles at Israel, remember, marking its second direct strike this year itself. Iran framed this attack as retaliation for Israel's targeted killings of Iran-allied leaders and commanders. But is there more at play here? Were these missile strikes a distraction while Iran moves towards nuclear capability? You see, Iran has consistently denied seeking nuclear weapons, but denial is common in geopolitics, and actions on the ground often depict something else altogether. And this brings us back to the core question: could Iran, under the guise of military exercises and strategic posturing, be quietly building a nuclear arsenal? Well, the signs are troubling, to say the least. For long, Israel has been rumored to possess nuclear weapons. It has maintained a policy of ambiguity regarding its nuclear arsenal, but reports say most experts agree that Israel possesses significant nuclear capabilities. So, if Iran were to acquire nuclear weapons, is West Asia essentially staring at a nuclear cloud? As per reports on Wednesday, U.S. President Joe Biden and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a telephonic conversation. What was the topic? Reportedly, Israel's potential retaliation against Iran for its missile attack. According to reports, Biden has warned Israel against targeting nuclear or energy sites in Iran, fearing an uncontrollable cycle of retaliation. But again, the question is, will Israel comply? Meanwhile, Iran's leadership, including the president, Masoud Pezeshkian, reportedly said that Tehran does not want war with Israel, but it will retaliate if provoked. But then, if Iran already has nuclear weapons, West Asia could quickly become one of the most dangerous regions. The delicate balance of power would shift entirely. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, both regional powerhouses, might feel pressured to develop their own nuclear programs, triggering a regional arms race. The global non-proliferation treaty, already fragile, could crumble further.
So, Owinya and local community Kamaling and Israel, America, Tijorogia, ni po chiel Iran, po chiel nuclear site moiken. Because kao temo ramo kelu gimo mapo yu pepire. Okay? Ramo kelu gimo mapo yu pepire. And that is why kobirini Israel futi chielu lobo mukene chalo Lebanon gi makobirini bene report yeni ubiruka chielu ubiruka chielu Lebanon, the bomber makiloni Beirut. That is 2 hours ago. Information madong tie anu. And kiwaini Israel TU pebane. Menu mechulu. Ngoma Iran otimi komgi. But Iran tiwaini kako birini. Gin pegimiro lwen ikomi Israel. But teka Israel otimo mistake maikiana. Mechelugi. Gubi kwanyo Israel kimap. Gubi kwanyo Israel kimap. Now, ini winyo log pala meguni kito wajo kelela video. Ini winyo report mala meguni wajo. Owaini Iran obibiri kare mekwanyo Israel kimap. And report wengma ini winyo la video any kobirini information tienyo reports tieni Iran tika yubu nuclear onyo dong tika oiromone maramo yubu nuclear weapon. Okay, so kibiro beneni Iran taking nuclear weapons. Gena Israel taking nuclear weapons. And to kako bidini kiwero Iran beno yubu mo. Manyuru ni. Lobo mukene chalo Egypt gi. Lobo mukene matichoki Iran kidong Israel. Gubi chako bene meneno kit me yubu nuclear. Pien nodong PMTA. Kidong bene guake no tie. Pien giwaini guake peluaro. Narumone bene noti timone pia noti guake ni koni kiramo chele bene ki nuclear anoni. So tuaren bene obegi karme yubu mo me defense. And kei neno kita jamine tikele la video. Kani Iran take nuclear, Israel take nuclear, and lobo mukena bene mi Asia guchako yubu nuclear. So manyuni jamine pobe beri ya tutwa. But then Peter tak total bene ni wipo will loka World War 3 kidong kitano jamine tika connecting kirepi dugu pa Yesu Kristo. Okay? And kitana wachikere jui ni chatan tika yele matek me dwoko wel dano te tek. Chatan tika yele matek me kwanyo dano me doki saidi ma mege te tek. Wekolo to kare piene ndong ng'eyo ya. Chatan pire kene ng'eyo ni en po bicheri polo. En kiriemo en ki polo chon. So en bene miro ni kare ma Yesu Kristo duguni no kwanyo dano ma pol. Eni ne kare. Mamiri begi kare. Me yope. So, Lutua, that is the update. Mana tamani mirabegi kare memini. Ikoma Israel kachelki Iran. And actually ka giko lo keroni me Israel ki Iran. Kidong bene me nyutini World War III Omaro binu cha moi kende ni dano tie maduong mati chung pi maduong mati chung pi Israel. Okay, but then even on Iran bene joma chung pire bene tie chilam lawin video chilam may lobo mukene ni morumo Israel kidong bene lobo mukene chali Africa kany no pego bibiru ki yom chwin kagil duenyo ikoma kilwenyo ikoma chilam luwadgi so go bibiru gikar mi katika malenga olutu meneno ni gimiyo kony. So now kadong Russia katika maleng ni po good Iran mabik benetieni koberini Israel actually Russia tika miyo kony bot Iran. So manyuno ni kadong Russia timiyo kony bot Iran. Yes, enoni dong nyuro ni we are not safe. Wapeti kama bad because Russia pire kene dit and kay nano kitati lwen kere ki dano me Europe. Ngeni NATO onyo Europe pire kene tiki countries mati piara deku yario. America tiki states machero wa piara beach uyangwen. America dit, Europe benedit, and get chunging Ukraine. But nen kita no Russia tika managing lwenyi enemy. Gilwenyi weng ma kichwalo ma aki Europe. Gilwenyi weng ma America tichwalo ne. Petika kilo alora mo ikene. Ikom lwenyi me Ukraine ikom Russia. So enoni nyuro ni kako berini Russia tika chunki Iran chi jamine pobe beru yotutwa. Jamine pobe beru yotutwa. Now lokumukene matamani miramini NINE. It is important for you to note ni koberini. As long as dano chalo Iran gini tika katiki program yubu nuclear. Unungeo behavior kita chilam behaving. Kede nen kong me chil kita terroristiti mekere kona Al-Shabaab gi, ISIS gi, Boko Haram gi. Nen kita kinego kede dano. Inini chwin ma chilam tikere. Kija pere. Makado morom ni tim gimoni. Obitimu kichunya chiel. Mabene ti rede meto ye. Pien gingi yeni. In me to mano iti nero la kristayo. Itiki kabiro. Ipolo. Luba chwaroge kitagi wajo kere. Luba chwaroge kitagi wajo kere. So it is not easy. And any weng miro lega yeti ako jemi weng. Lega yeti ako jemi weng. So miro mete kilega waneni luba okonywa ominwa answer. Ketung chelbane Donald Trump endok tika wajo Israel ni Israel obedgi kar me chelu nuclear power plants me Iran. kidong kama kigware ye mudurunga gini. But then Biden katika maleng mewaini Iran Israel miripoti mistake noni pien obikelo to maduong. Okay, now la unjuri pira tak total benameni ang ni koberini Iran tila moni pa America, but John la unjuri no America gitilu rem ki Iran wero koberini meberu le rem pa utara maaki Europe onyo America joni pegi gene tini giramo beru le remi diri kago mirigo chope gi ao idugula monegi. That is the same thing moti mekom Iraq no tile rem pa America kidong dano mukene chalo France nganga gini Italy, but ya gikine Johnny gulo ngegi ikom Iraq guchero guchelo Iraq. The same thing to Libya o kamoma bene of forcing Italy mechulu pi balmo time in Libya. Ento enoni dong otaro neno beru chalo le wich pingo kitimu kumeno Africa and then gutimu kere. So that is the same thing mo marutime komwa Uganda kany ki stance mo watichungieni because lobo wengdong tinenwa wakwero lobo culture ma America tika forcing wakwero lobo ne la dit lobo peye ki style mogo as in bora mukene ma aki America ki lobo mukene me Europe. So manyuro ne ka power as in power note kachiel as in power repair kiramo tich kingara chiel ikenwa mekelo anyoba onyo mekelo apoga ikendano anunu neno kita time kede chamu kene time social media chamu kene time live mala telamoni binu logo gin mano chamu kene popore andi ya gikine dano poke enoni noti chubo miri pa utara piano gingeo ningo gamente maritelani peti chwako tamgi. I give you an example. Kai beru ka winyo lokmo beru I gazele kidonga I social media. Maki waini commander in chief me monye Uganda. Ugolo oda ni ambassador me America miru kwa akija. Kapo kwa akija miru doko cheni gangi tugi. And immediately America katika maleng. Owaini pobu maro ngo wabi katikere. And then la did lobo benepien ama chwago lok pa wode oberigi kare me summoning ambassador chuchi arobeno chihe chu katika malengo wajo dano ni kano dano weng biru chalu wode ni. So look at doing mapara motiro ni weng but obed mao yupe kachi loko katika moni ungeo pingati wajane nguru moni dong tiela win radio ni dano mo onyoluria yela Uganda kany mago aki Uganda kany guchero go seeking asylum kilo mo kane la win radio win lokane mabaye ni akobene ni Johnny giti ripe kachiel and gubedo kikachoke I Congo. Ma giti yupe menoni gidugu kalweny ikom gamente. Pien giwaini gamente matie itelani duri mukaro kakareo. And chwingi pe yum. Giti miro yupe medugu melweny ikom gamente. Pa gamente waini pero mope walwenyi kom daro mukene ni weng mo berutie kono kwana chigumi example gen bene kagu kati wabi neno ni wabi neutralizing geno enone confidence matie ikom gamente makany but nguru ko bene ni tieni pero anenchalo maro time no tuch kit side me Congo. Just like kita ama ADF gi nganga gini kita gitikere. So that is the same thing mana tamani mirabegi karme katikere wekini begi karme ngeyone wek ni na mala chen ke winyo loke po betelu gin mano timanyen iri. So that you are updated on that. Okay? So, enoni haya information mati. Unless otherwise, kalok mukene tiela winjuri maukati, abibiri kare, amemini update. But bichawani ilokom Israel ki Iran uye agika Kenya. And then lok mukene ni wabineno gwok diri, onyo diri maya. Kon bene ati yubo testimony mukene mabibiri kare, amamika tikere. Uye agiki lok man. Kekenyo birima aluoro chako katikere chane. Maybe mirami we report dong pub kero because reporteri. Okay? But lokmatie ena yetiko man. La winjirio we are poni no more. Actually, Jemmy Weng don't ko bere mati teme la winjirio dao alogo pire chon. Bero chalo dati mo chadena ye. Kau puma beni no mo. Anenchelo magali wario kapara bungwen magali wario kipiario. Abeno yikar me katicha waini. Ama muni giti yupe meneno ni giyubu ngoma kiluoni artificial sunshine. Artificial sunshine. And actually Jami Weng matika wachi eni Weng la wenjredio tika chupega kare. Yes, and lokenini titi meki China. Yomani gimiro nena kitab giramo umucheng eneni gikelo chol pin and then also gikelo deo birutie charo pin like that, something like that. They control. Aya jemi mukene chalo genetically modified organisms and crops. Loka cham control ngongeni wenga birigi karme mini details. Karma la rachatano bikati chichako controlling ngoma ini bi carry ingom chalo chiam kodi onyo ngoma ini bi chero chi wilu control Kenya Weng of the Berotie. We are Paula Windredio awachini Johnny tutwali under Illuminati kanganga gini magimiro one world government. Gitiki nyonyo onyo machine ma controlling alora papin ma giramo timu gimoye ken kot ramo chwe kot bipiramo chwe giramo wero pi ma akinam meka time monyo daro morumo Kenya Weng chero destroying kabiro mapul. Okay? And that is ngomaramo waini like the common word makiluoni the hurricanes. Hurricanes. Now, Lokman amiro ni win report mana ngiyo ni obiri ena ni mama pat ki jami mukane ni kobiri ni report yeni ki America gitwero kelo ngoma kiluoni hurricane. Giramo timu gimo kami example giramo timu gimo Lake Victoria pima aki Lake Victoria chero munyu dano weng mati chokenyo timu destruction mapol binu chalo like yamo mabinu rero ori timu ginango jemi mapolata. So kobiri ni report yeni America tuero timone. And actually evidence tie anatamani weka and then we listen to that. Maybe a chake anoni dire because bebenekani awekunu win report anoni. Report tiela win video machamu keneke winyo ni chalo ki Uganda kany iwinyo ni landslides. Ni Jomati Mountain Eligon kono ngomo timeni ning kono ngorero dano moch kono ngo jemo polata. So ki America benewinyo ni hurricane kono ngo yeah. I think let me reserve that for tomorrow because it's a long report and I feel I should be able to let you listen very carefully. Weki win lo kinoni kore yaka de vinyang ni ngo malara chatanti timone ni okay koma jenti mamege yes petit toro ti yele matek meno ni kontro pijami wengtie nano. So details are going to tell in video dire abibiri kare mewo iniwin pichawani atamani wera gekere Kenya because it is going to take a long time. It is going to take us a long time. So I feel we shall be able to listen to it later. Okay? Bika tikere we koloto yeni begi karmenian ki report mu kenema noti we kini begi karmenian ngo matitime but ko birini lok matie joni gitwero controlling yamo gitwero controlling p me causing distraction mo iken magimero ko birini yope benetie me controlling cheng loka chame iporo la cheng chamini details weng and awachi bene ni uchake ki Kenya amini details weng waki report ini bergika ibergika me winyo ne koare and ki Uganda kain katitimeno titime wieli pe watingeone but kay biro ka winyo report maana ti wachi chi ipo bene kingoma titime pin cham kene binoni jamine dong tie bene Uganda kany la winjrio aramo mini example example tieni obed very careful kingo mauno tichamane tutwali malupe ki jay muguma ki yuba ne kono juice kono ngo itandi ni unuti neno kita rate me ulcers tila mal kireni we utineno kita rate me ulcers tila mal kireni we enoni weng binu because of ngoma watika chamone jami mukene petit mabe one wati chamone pien wanoni enoni idong ti style manyen but ya gikine no itika kelo to mot ikomi and that is ngoma lara chatanti timone one wanoni biruchalo high class standard ngo jomukene kade long mogi waini oni kit machon but no pengioni you are ruining your life slow but sure. Jimmy Mapol Chia, Ramo mini examples Madwangata, Uganda kind. Kidong Mukena Bene, Tutwali Kobirini Lokmone Matika Bino, Gwakeba Kiloka Habo. Yes, Kobirini Kingeoni Dano Wengdong Luo Memonyu Yat. Dano luo penigitamani yat gwakri onyo petikela lora and then habo giretie timu mabe but at least kai bi kwanyo kiporo mamegi onyo bi kanyo kidikal mamegi kamome piro it is okay ento habo moni maki yuba ni chiki binu kicharo bot in gwakema tekadada Milo ini gua kemaraj. Adaya maki yuba ni we chiki biru ki chati ali piara dek ali piara beach ali mia chiel kiwachi ni gini chao alsa kiwachi ni gini chao konongo aya tidaro mukene koberini noni keru ni mecho gok mogono timanak kiwachi ni mat enini obukonyi. Are you getting? Indong pien imiro yomuchwin dagoni imaro merata. Agikine ya nyimi no pengeo ngomo bekeli kome. Aya, tijemi mukene makimini kono weki bed manu inen maleng kono itim gina ngoi we komiti, you know? Iwi komi. So iya gikine la windradio, the results will not be so good. Owe okay no nyaro mano ti natural mapekero makeup mapeti mgina ngo foluba because at the end of it all nino mapukero baby biru jock because it is artificial. But yagikine bene, those things have side effects. Ma baby neno chuchot, but yagikine obibinu bene. Yagikine, those side effects will come and you will not love it. What else should I tell you? Kobenini Ginats full la windradio. Itoni ni dongi winyo ni kono serenat fo, kono serenat ngo, kono timukira ngo, jemi madwanga ta. La windradio ni ngeo ni ti full money make ichamo kela ba which way. All those things are not natural. Tuara bed ki money ma kwa money ma maino ki kingang kenyo, and then you go and plant. But if you go to these ones which are modified, that is why I'm telling you that genetically modified, iti winyone ki Kenya kunu dong ti loketi Roma laman. Ki Uganda kan jamine futi la pin. Petika katika maleng. Like the gene nuts are modified. Type said wongata. Moni timo coordinate to don. Kobinini kay neno moranga bene coordinate type iti madwongata. And style eti mapapat. Mukene teme chamono tiki acid madit madwongi ye. Full mukene ke chamu kela bawich. Jami mukene ojone. I don't know. Let me stop there. Koni abiwe ko dano mukene dok. Ciao pari koma. But that is what I just want you to know. There is a lot that is coming that we need to prepare for. There is a lot that is coming that we need to prepare for. We need to read the Bible. We need to learn a lot. We need to study. We need to open our minds and prepare for whatever that is coming. We prepare for what is coming. Okay, there was something that I wanted to mention. Unfortunately, I wanted to give you the list of the countries that are standing with Iran and Russia. Now, daika beach money la video amiro wachini kita ko bini information tika binu kere North Korea tikonyo Russia, and actually timi yogilwen missiles melwenyi kom Ukraine, and then also ko bini wawinyo report bene Russia tika miyo teknolojia onyo data meyubu a bomb ya chalo nuclear ge, of which na nenu winyo kiwaini Iran ramo yubu bomb ngi chabira chiliken not ready. And report beneko benematika kati NINI the Patriot systems information yuni furuda nyarenyi chani. The Patriot systems la winjvideo have been destroyed. Now, Patriot systems la winjvideo oberu machine onyo gilweny makimiyo both Ukraine miro nyikoma Russia. And kiti winya wajo kere countries mapol me America kidong Europe tichwa ho Ukraine. And to teka gilweny mo iken makichwalo. Petwero duaho guvu pa Russia. And that is where the situation is. Okay, let me give you people this data tomorrow. Local hurricane la winjrio abibiri karame mini details dire, and amira mi secret kita abiruka wachi we are power wachi ni Bill Gates taking Joe Matie I deep state, and actually NIA lawyer locum vaccination azina yubu vaccines to twali pitu mapapat Matie la winjrio ko bidini information mukenetie madire abibiri kare mimi reporte me achel ana yeni abimini report ikoma hurricanes makiyubu mekelo ta mekelo destruction. And mission pachatan, just as I told you, NIMT mukuri jemi aoni medwa well done. Now, report tieni anga matinge lokoma meyubo hurricanes enoni matikelo to padano maduong. La win video enoni is Bill Gates. Debi yema bear ni Bill Gates petting at a bear. Okay? Unfortunately, our computers more teach kereni weng cho wilu company oni chobe pegging ye babat pichane wilu company don't teach ye. So manyuni gimoy ken ramo loke computers more tiu kereni. Menu malupe kita no program giti kere. Lawin video dire I will also try to let you know malupe kingo mawachini Russia ogolo order ningarumo iken po gudi Iran kobirini mawa logone information kobirini tie mana ngeoni dire la win video abibirigi karmi katiki loke ni la dit Putin menu president may Russia ogolo order emergency Iran meeting. Okay? And information benetieni Israel is losing to Hezbollah as war goes nuclear. And only having mean information dire. But then, now in video ka tiro loka amiru wachini Jesus is coming and it's about to get real. Yesu Kristo tika dugu and adane donko birini tika nen kafuri PM nen ngoma titimei wilobo nen ngoma titimei kabiruma pat nen ngoma chatan titimone nena gentila win radio ma updates abiru kamini ikoma chaden mugumatika katiki yupe nen teknolojia matie la winjrio nen ngoma kiloni artificial intelligence la chencha ninomona mini information wenkita titimekere ikare mala dita Biden obero UN o wajo bene ni wamiri wa bed careful kita watiu kereki artificial intelligence umaro kelo to kawi apo ninomoni kai beru ka winyo reports ma beru ka miyone kita artificial intelligence tiu kere obi o kamoma po wa bibiri kare me controlling artificial intelligence telo robots gini no gilone piri ken gimano control pere manyuro ni jamene kamati cherieni la injurio payot prophecies gini wengtie prophecies gini wengtie and obi o kamoma almost gimoy ken mo watimu dong peke no machine kena yetitimone kobeni la winjrio memo loke ni loketika binu ya da onyotika chopeka kare kobeni kiyubu robot dogs ama machine manoki kero muduru ikome kidong bene kobeni watiki drones may programming Chiero i dogloin, robot dogs weng cherry dogloin, kiti yubu jami mapol, weng no ki feeding ki artificial intelligence. Lotua uye hagika kany. Pinino matini, lokumokeneni wamete kere la chiene. Ana foyu tuwali inme beru kawinya kamo maini beriye inino matini. Hafoyu tuwali mijalo karani. Hafoyu matek. Otherwise, and Robert, a human may hope through the night. Uye bed kara me winyo nebe botu at least picha wa mudonge wakolu tu wakeli yope ya gikine cha wapaki kome. Gona chimi nota bira bora deka ria deka biro. Kala medtie onyotie gimoma inifonyo ikom lokma anakati kereni. Yesagatie gimoma inifonyo ikomlok mana kati kereni. Wacha onyoka gimoma imiro medo netie. Gana bene chimwe kwa winy kiboten. Onyo kachel mana chel na rangwento na chela Favor FM Anya Robert man hope through the night.